Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to the Divine Masculine Weekly Confessions reading. So I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either a separation or a challenge in their connection. So please keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, you guys only take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. So today's theme is a total eclipse of the heart. Why? Because we are experiencing a solar eclipse anytime now, as I'm recording this reading here. So I thought it was the perfect time to really see what this masculine is going to be experiencing as far as huge shifts and changes within himself that will, of course, impact this connection. So all the decks I'll be using here today will be listed in the description box down below, as well as this particular orgonite here, which is the Divine Masculine Nude, created by Michelle from Bell's Wing and Bell. So today's reading was really inspired by this deck that I just received here. It's called the Dark Adore Oracle. So I'll list this down below, but there were a few cards that really spoke to me where I created this outline, and we will be using that in the reading today too. All right, you guys, so let's get into these messages. Let's take a look and see, what is the mind chamber? So what thoughts of your past together is this divine masculine struggling with the most right now? Okay. So, we're in that Mercury retrograde energy as well. So we do tend to think about things from the past. So where is this masculine struggling when it comes to thoughts of you and him in the past? All right, so this right here is my Winter Wonderland Oracle. Let's see what wants to come through. We have Resist Temptation, Nymph. Of course, that particular word could be an indication here that maybe somebody stepped out of the situation. So let's just say it's your scenario here with your masculine, that you guys were in some sort of a connection at one time in the past, and someone could not resist the temptation to step out of the connection, maybe to enter into like a third party connection, lie, cheat, deceive, that sort of thing. Now that's not going to be for everybody. It could be resist temptation with something that's just not going to have a positive impact on your connection. Let's just leave it there. Okay. So this masculine is thinking about something he may have done, a decision that he may have made that did not impact your connection in a positive way. Okay, so we have the Ice King. There's also thoughts about how he put his feelings on ice. Maybe he pulled away from you. It could also be that he would not allow himself to really offer his cup fully to you. So he really kept a lot of his feelings on reserve. So there's a lot of thought about that as well. Could have been kind of icy towards you. And we have like attracts like match. So what I'm getting here, you guys, is that this masculine is thinking a lot about how you guys actually were, in a way, on the same page as far as the way that you were feeling. But for whatever reason, your masculine either failed to let you know this, or he failed to really match up with those feelings at the same time as you. Could not bring himself to, reach you on that level. But I feel like it was there. It just was either frozen. Something else was keeping it from being expressed, or he felt like he could not warm his heart up in order to share it with you. So I almost feel like there's like this sabotaging of this connection. Somebody who's used to being the Ice King is somebody who is used to feeling in control and being safe. If you're not vulnerable and you don't put yourself out there, you may never get hurt. And so I feel like there was quite a match between the two of you. You came into this life. You feel this, just insane chemistry together. You have this connection. It seems like you're on the same page. It seems like you guys feel the same. But then something happens here. This Ice King decides to make decisions not in his heart space. Just goes and shifts over on into the ego and is fully operating out of the ego instead of the heart. So this masculine is thinking about his behaviors in this situation in the past. Okay. So let's go ahead and go into my Twin Flame Journey Oracle and see what else. Okay. So what I'm getting with this here is that this masculine actually really felt love for you. And it might be hard for you to hear that today because of the way that he treated you. So there is some sort of regret on how he was so icy towards you, feminine. He really did admire you. He really thought that you were very beautiful, cherished something about you. But it's kind of like, you end up hurting the people that you love the most. And I'm getting that here for this masculine. So there's definitely some sort of a regret on that. He was not able to tap into his softer side. He was not able to tap into his heart space. Did not feel safe. Yeah, I really wanted to surrender here, actually. So there's regret on not being able to surrender to his heart space, not being able to surrender. This is also about surrendering to some sort of temptation and not being able to, like he succumbed, like he became succumbed to something, if that makes sense. Like there's just something that he allowed to happen that he shouldn't have allowed to happen because it ultimately ended up hurting you, is what I'm seeing here, and the connection. So he thinks a lot about this. So this right here is what's in the chambers of his mind, where he might be stuck right now, where he might be struggling the most, is behaviors from the past. There is a level of trying to understand why, kind of trying to comprehend why he operated in that way. So I do like to see this card because this just means that he is looking to take some sort of responsibility for his actions. He's looking to try to figure out why he acted in a certain way. It's not about placing blame, but it is about assigning a reason. So the more aware we become of ourselves, our behavior, the psychology, our traumas, and different things like that, the more we can try to understand why we do what we do. So I feel like this masculine right now is trying to release something. And so this is the perfect time, actually, during this eclipse to try to release these old behaviors that don't serve not only him, but don't serve connections, including yours, right? So let's now go into my Twin Flame Journey Tarot and see what else. Yeah, look at that. Awareness, awareness. Trying to break through. I do feel like this is Spirit's way of telling us that this masculine will experience some sort of clarity and breakthrough and awareness during the solar eclipse, for sure. Like this is the beginning here. It doesn't mean that this is the only time that he has been looking at his behavior or looking at himself. This may have been going on for a while, taking some kind of personal inventory, looking at his actions, but there will be some sort of a breakthrough, I feel, today. So that's why it's highlighted here with that Ace of Swords. The aces to me are always gifts from the divine. So, with anything that's happening in the stars, the sun, the moon, the planets, everything is, I feel, a way of the divine communicating with us. With the Queen of Cups. And I like this because we go from the King of Swords, which is very icy, right? Very stone cold, to the warm, gushy energy of the Queen of Cups, Cancer's energy, which is the moon. So it's kind of like the moon and the sun are crossing paths today. So there's some sort of there's something where there's clarity around the way that this masculine feels towards you today, feminine. Leaning more into his softer side, leaning more into maybe being empathetic towards your feelings or how something may have affected you. So I do feel like if there has been something that's been done to you by this masculine, he is going to shift into a softer side and be a little bit more empathetic and perhaps wanting to either issue you some sort of an apology or really see things from your perspective, and also open up to his own heart space today. Here, the Two of Swords. Yeah, because I feel like this has been in a stuck energy for a while. Two of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is coming in to create that clarity. Whenever I see woods, it's kind of always like that scary energy. It's our shadow. It's that dark night of the soul. So I do feel like this masculine has been in either some sort of a dark state or kind of dealing with his own fears, suppressing his fears actually. And so the solar eclipse, I feel, is going to really highlight these fears, bring them out so he can look at them and clarify them. Okay, so that seems to be what's happening in the mind today. What thoughts of your past, all of these experiences are being highlighted with this eclipse. And there's some clarity around stuck energy with how he feels and also being empathetic towards you, Divine Feminine. So now let's look at the eclipse of the heart, which is what is the Divine Masculine letting go of in order to make room for your future union? So let's get a few more details on that, okay? What is this masculine letting go of in order to make room for your future union? This is my Cosmic Contracts deck that ties that bind. Let's see. Yeah, look at that, you guys. Shadow side. And that totally makes sense to me because we just saw this really scary, shadowy energy of the woods. This is like things that terrorize us, things that bring out our fears, things that are lurking in the shadows. So the fact that we have the shadow side card here, it says, I will trigger what you fear the most. So check this out. This eclipse is going to be triggering the shadow side of the masculine, but it's for him to look at and examine and feel something so that way he can be empathetic towards the feminine. So I do feel like if there has been a wrong that's been done to you, feminine, by this masculine, there's something that's going to shift in his perspective and looking at things on how it may have affected you and having more empathy for you. This could produce an apology is what I'm seeing here. Interesting. What else? Yeah, that's the thing. This is going from this very shadow, dark, icy king, very much in the ego, survival mode, to this nurturing Queen of Cups vibe, Cancer energy. That's very much the nurturing energy. I will provide you with a sense of safety. So instead of hiding in the shadows and hiding from you in this connection, or withdrawing from you, or not coming towards you with my feelings, it's going to shift him more into this Queen of Cups energy within himself. So it's like the ice is melting of the Ice King, and he's moving more towards the watery energy of the Queen of Cups. So he's letting go of this shadow, dark side, icy side that's kept him frozen for a while. Yeah, and we also have baggage. So there's something about the past, baggage from the past. Okay, the baggage, of course, we can see in this image here is that there is someone else that could be the story for only some of you guys out there. Just take it if it applies. Looking back on how that affected you, looking back on how, if he let someone into your circle or into your connection, cheated, lied, betrayed you, he's looking back on how he wishes he could have done something differently. He can't change what he did, but he can certainly own up to it now. So that is what I'm seeing here for this Divine Masculine today, is that there's going to be major shifts and highlights on how it affected you, his actions from the past. But it doesn't necessarily mean it had to have been a cheating thing for everyone. It could just be whatever baggage he's holding on to that's keeping him closed off to love. This is something that's going to be shifted and lifted with this solar eclipse. All right, this is my Divine Feminine healing. What else is going on here? What else is this masculine letting go of? Okay, so this is interesting. Obviously, whenever we don't love ourselves, you guys, what we do is we act in very betraying and just deceitful, I guess that's the word, betraying, deceitful or unloving ways. If we don't love ourselves, we're not really going to be able to show that loving side or be loving and caring and empathetic to other people. It's just not going to happen. If you don't know how to, love yourself and take care of yourself, yes, you can go the codependent route and overcompensate and overgive, but that normally doesn't work out. And the reason why is because when somebody doesn't give you the result that you're looking for, then it instantly turns into disappointment and bitterness. So it's a route that doesn't really go anywhere either. But this is saying I must learn to provide the same love and dedication that I give to others. So the only way to be able to give in this nurturing, loving way is to learn how to provide that for the self. So I feel like there could be some sort of an inner child work, reparenting that's taking place during this eclipse. So this is what the masculine is letting go of baggage of the past, old programs of the past, maybe old situations where he didn't feel worthy or didn't feel good enough. Maybe something having to do with his childhood where he was not nurtured, where he was just made to just kind of have to survive and provide for himself. So there's some sort of a healing and reprogramming that's happening during this particular solar eclipse. What else? Yeah, the way that he's talking to himself. So this is about loving yourself again. So a lot of the highlight is on the relationship that the masculine has with himself. So this is something that's going to be cared for and nurtured and attempted to heal, so that way this baggage doesn't continuously drag him in his daily life, as well as all of the relationships, including the one that he has with you, down. And then we have enjoying life. I feel like this masculine isn't necessarily enjoying his life. It might look like that on the outside, but it's very surface level. He's not actually able or has not been able to go extremely deep with anyone. Now, he may have done that with you, feminine, but it was only temporary. And the reason why is because, if that feels foreign to you or that feels too vulnerable, you're going to pull back. You're not going to be able to continue to go any deeper than that. So I just feel that this masculine, what he is letting go of is he's letting go of surface level enjoyment, temporary fixes, things that don't really create lasting happiness. And the thing is, it is about providing these things for yourself. So whenever you're kind of searching for enjoyment and substances, things, activities, or other people, it's only temporary. The only true lasting happiness it resides within ourselves. And so if we can reach that pinnacle, then everything else seems to be so much deeper and so much more enjoyable and also longer lasting, because we really have connected truly with our deep selves. So we can then truly connect in a deep way with other people and experiences. And you don't take things for granted. You're much more in a state of grace when you're doing things. You feel blessed. You're counting your blessings. You're not taking things for granted. You're not, on to the next thing when one thing loses its luster. You really value what's in front of you. So there is, I don't know why I just flipped those over, but there is something that's taking place here for this masculine in the way that he has the relationship with himself, because the way that he has the relationship with himself has kind of affected the way that he has relationships with you and everyone else. All right, this is my Divine Masculine Tarot and Ascension Journey. So let's see what else. Here we go. Yeah, there is an apology here. The Queen of Swords. Can you ever forgive me? First of all, the Queen of Swords comes through with an apology, okay? She's somebody who's in her truth. She's not afraid to speak her truth. She's not afraid to have a conversation. She doesn't back down in an argument. She's open to it. But this is what the masculine is letting go of in order to make room for the future. Instead of being in this situation where he's fearing you, we already know the shadow energy. When we remove that fear, then we can connect with our heart space and do the right thing and issue that apology. So I definitely feel that that's really the highlight of this reading, is if some of you guys had a falling out with this masculine, it does look to me like this eclipse is going to shift something within him and shift him from his head to his heart space so he can come towards you and offer you this apology. Because the Queen of Swords is connected to Libra, and Libra is all about balancing the scales of justice. So I do feel like there's some kind of a karma that's also being lifted here. Making wrongs right. Yeah. And I do like to see this because this is connected to Mercury, the magician, and we are in that Mercury retrograde energy. And so for me, this is very much this masculine really heavily thinking about what can he do? What action can he take? Well, he can take that sword, and we already know that the sword is being made available through this particular eclipse to this masculine from the divine. It's like it's coming from the sky, right? And it's illuminating that this masculine can do this, that he can take this matter into his hands and he can make the change that is necessary in order to bring the two of you back into union. Okay? And we have the Nine of Wands. So, of course, to me, this is telling us that he's been afraid to let you in this whole time. We already know this. I like to see it that it's the Nine of Wands because this just means that he's on the brink of 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 of Wands means we're letting this burden go. So I do feel like the burden of this fear, all of the fear that he has had facing you or letting you in, Divine Feminine, is being eclipsed out. That is what I am seeing here today. So this eclipse of the heart is taking place for this particular masculine. So now we're going to look at the energy of the rare rose. What makes you unique and special to this divine masculine? Okay. What makes you unique and special to this divine masculine? Ooh, don't know why all these cards wanted to flip over. Let me just fix these real quick. All right, perfect. Okay. What makes you unique to this divine masculine? What makes you unique and special to this divine masculine? Well, this one wants to come up already. Ooh, I love this. A Star Witch, herald of spring's rebirth, sowing seeds of renewal. I love that. Okay, first of all, you know, where I'm at here in Arizona, this part of the world, it's spring. So this is beautiful. So not only does this solar eclipse happen during springtime for us, it's just like it is creating a rebirth and a renewal. So I feel like this is definitely having a positive effect on how this masculine sees you, feminine. Okay, he's really going to be admiring you. There's going to be a new way that he is looking at you. But what makes you unique and special, I feel, is because you're able to continuously carry on. You may have gone through a lot of kind of like mini deaths where you've had to start over and you've had to pick yourself up off the ground and rebuild. So there's something to admire about a person that's able to do that. They've been handed a lot of circumstances in life that may have not been the best, but they have made the best of those circumstances. Maybe you're the kind of person who always sees the sunny side of situations. You're able to just continuously carry on. You're self-made, etc. So there is something there where you have this fresh energy. I also see the Star Witch in this deck as kind of the Empress. So the Empress is beautiful. The Empress is abundant. She is able to create wonderful things in her life. She's self-made. She tends to her garden. She takes wonderful care of herself. She's a great partner as well. So she is someone who would be a great asset by your side. So this is how this particular masculine is seeing you. Very unique and special in this way. By the way, this is my Witchcraft Chronicles new deck. Ooh, look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at this. Ocean. Bestower of love, sweet nectar, and radiant prosperity. Look at that sun and the moon. Do you see that, you guys? It's amazing. So it's funny, ocean, it's not the way you spell like the ocean, O-C-E-A-N, but it's the way that that's being pronounced there. So it's like the tides, you know, the moon, cycles, right? There's something here where you're extremely feminine, obviously. I mean, this deck is feminine in nature, but there's something about you where you're very strong. You're very strong in your masculine side, but you're also very centered in your feminine energy as well. So you're a good mixture of both. I just feel like this masculine really admires the fact that maybe you're very independent, you can take care of yourself, you're extremely confident, but you're also like you're dominant and you can take charge of situations, but you're also very delicate and feminine and are able to just kind of, enjoy yourself in that feminine aspect. So I feel like this masculine really admires that you're very just balanced in those energies. You're very confident, but yet very charming. I mean, you could be both, but I'm just saying, like, there's just something about that. All right, let's see what else. We have the Ghost Witch. This is interesting. Bridge between worlds, whispers echoing from beyond. So it could be, you guys, that one of the things that this masculine admires about you, and please just take this if it resonates with you, is that maybe you have removed yourself from his life after whatever went down, and you have not chased him, you have not reached out, you have not done what he needs to do. You've kind of the ball is in his court. You've allowed the ball to be in his court. You have given him that time and space that he has needed in order to figure it out and come to his own conclusions. You're not coming begging for that apology. You're not reaching out to make that happen. You're putting that ball in his court. So I do feel like that's a specific message for someone out there, that this masculine actually admires the fact that you basically are kind of have like been a ghost in this situation, that you're a mystery, that he has no choice but to take the reins and figure this out and be the one, to make that happen. That's what I'm seeing with that. All right, let's go into my Divine Feminine Tarot and Ascension journey. Okay, interesting. Feeling the rejection. I feel like Spirit is basically confirming this message here. This masculine feels that he feels your absence. And in a way, he respects it, because he may not respect it if he hurt you and you're still wanting to, like, you're chasing him, or you're wanting to work things out with him without an apology, or without him making wrongs right, taking responsibility. There's nothing really admirable about that. I think a lot of people in the spiritual community will get unconditional love and integrity and standing up for yourself and setting healthy boundaries really mixed up. You can still unconditionally love someone, but still have pride and still have respect for yourself. You absolutely can do that. And so I feel like, feminine, you may have or be standing very firm in your position that I will not reappear in your life. I will not chase you. I will not show back up. I will remain a ghost in your life until you reach out to me, until you make these wrongs right. So I am really feeling that for today's reading, that's your guys' story. You may have done this before, feminine, where you've reached out or whatever, but you have finally reached the conclusion that you're done. You're done being that person to try to fix this. You know that this masculine has to take responsibility to fix whatever has happened here. It absolutely has to be him. So he is feeling this, in a way, rejection. He is feeling the rejection of, or feeling your stance. He is feeling now where you're coming from. Your silence is speaking volumes to him. Your non-existence really in his physical world is also saying something. He's getting it. That's what I'm seeing here. So he respects it and admires it. Yep, look at this. Oh my gosh, I feel you pulling away from me. This is really, really good. This is Virgo's energy, by the way. I feel that you're very dedicated to your own spiritual path or your own spiritual healing. And just because you're watching this reading today doesn't mean that you're not focused on yourself. So I feel, feminine, like I just want to congratulate you for really just doing the work and really focusing on you and focusing on empowering yourself, because this masculine is feeling it and he's seeing it. He feels you pulling away from him. He feels that you're not available. He feels that you're moving on with your life. And that might be also another thing that's coming to light, which is, I don't want to lose you. I need to get my ass in gear, and I need to figure out how I'm going to, call you back in. So I better make a move. So he respects that you're just doing your own thing. Yeah, look at this. And now sees you as somebody who would be very complementary to his life. Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles to me is facing someone and coming together with someone in the actual 3D world. It's not just some 5D energy thought. It's an actual physical thing. Tangible. So I feel like what this is this whole behavior that you have towards this masculine feminine is it's actually working in your favor because you chose yourself. And when you choose yourself and you love yourself, other people will see your worth. And that's what's happened here. So he is seeing you more as someone who would actually be a good partner and to complement his life, especially if he didn't see that before or took that for granted before. So something is happening with your non-presence and silence in his life. Wow. All right, you guys, so we're going to shift over onto the extended if you want some deeper messages here. We're going to look at the midnight hour, which is what is being revealed to your divine masculine about this connection during the solar eclipse, okay? Also, shadow kisses and sleepless nights. What does your divine masculine imagine doing with you? Love knots. How will your hearts and souls continue to intertwine with one another? And fate versus destiny. What path will this divine masculine take towards you and this connection? So all those questions will be listed in the description box down below so you guys can see what you guys are going to get over there. So yeah, definitely join me over there if you are feeling it. And if not, thank you so much for at least watching this reading today. You guys take care. Happy eclipse. Bye.